Hey there, Rick here. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of The 100th Hill, where we bring to you all the best information from everywhere that helps you be the best version of yourself that you can be. Today, we're going to be looking at this week's Apple event and why we can all learn a thing or two from Apple. Oh, I just know this is going to piss a lot of people off, me like saying really good things about Apple and all, but look, this is not a love letter to Apple. This is not me trying to sell anything for Apple. I mean, I don't have an Apple Watch. I'm not going to get one. But what I need to do here is acknowledge how well delivered the content was from the Apple event this week. For those of you who are familiar with Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why, it's painfully clear how Apple uses the golden circles, if you will, to communicate to their consumers. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, starting with why basically means that to communicate successfully with people and evoke the emotions out of them that drive behavior, we need to start with why we do what we do when we communicate with them, then how, and then finally talk about what we're going to do. Doesn't make sense? That's fine. I'll illustrate the example here and hopefully it makes more sense. Now, if you look up Apple's mission statement, you find a whole bunch of bullshit about, like making the best products in the world, which is kind of geared towards shareholders. But if you really listen to Apple and the way they communicate in press releases and media conferences, etc., you'll see what Apple really is about and why they do what they do. Apple's more than 100,000 employees are dedicated to making the best products on Earth and to leaving the world better than we found it. Now let's recap the event from the other day. Firstly, they started off by sharing a few stories of how the Apple Watch had changed and or saved people's lives. And in a few cases, they actually got the individual to tell their own story about the Apple Watch, which really added a layer of realism to the profound impact that the Apple Watch has had on some people. That's the why. They then talked about all the technological advancements that the Apple Watch had in it that enabled it to have this great impact on people's lives. And then they expanded upon that by talking about all the new advancements they'd made that are going to help the watch be even more effective at changing and saving people's lives into the future. There's your how. And then they said, here's the watch with all its lovely pretty bands and colors, and it costs this much and you can order it tomorrow. That's the what. Now if we compare that for a second with Samsung's Galaxy Note 20 ad from last month, it was beautifully produced, it was elegant, it was playful and fun as well. And in it they said, here is our new phone. It works like a computer. It's as powerful as a computer. And it's almost like having an Xbox in your phone. And the battery will last all day. Want to buy it? Now, Apple could have done that. But they didn't. They started with why. They evoked our emotions with these amazing stories. And then they got down to the rational stuff like the price and the aesthetics and all that sort of stuff. After our guts are already sitting there telling us that there's something a bit special that we can't quite put our finger on with this product. Now, I did say earlier that I don't have this watch and I'm not going to get it. And why? Well, because I decided a long time ago that I don't need this watch. I don't need any additional motivation to be active and have a healthy lifestyle. And it's pretty unlikely, at least at this point in my life, I hope that I'm going to have a fall in the shower and need a medic to help me get up from it. But I did walk away from this event pretty convinced that it's an amazing tool for a lot of people in their lives, including maybe some of my loved ones. Now, another way that Apple was successful with this event was how they addressed public health concerns with the whole COVID thing going on right now. They talked about some success stories and how it had been used successfully to monitor for stress signs with healthcare workers in the US. It also talked about a partnership that they had with the Singapore Department of Health, where they were using the Apple Watch to improve public health. And then they also got their VP of Health, I'm saying the word health a lot, to get up there, and she was actually an MD, to explain the benefits medically of this product. And I think it sends a very clear message when you hire an MD as your VP of health that you really are serious about creating a product that is a tool for medicine. Then what happened? Apple then talked about sustainability and how important it is to Apple to be sustainable. And they talked about all the measures that they had been taking and are going to continue to take to reach their goal of being 100% carbon neutral by 2030. Remember that why? And like, to be honest, I think that would be pretty freaking cool if the world's most valuable company is 100% carbon neutral. Look, I know there's going to be a whole bunch of people out there that are going to call me a Apple dick rider and, you know, oh, look at him, he's got an iMac, he's just sucked in by Apple's marketing bullshit. Well, look, Apple has a message and it doesn't resonate with everybody. You know, they send that message out there. Some people will go, you know what, this aligns with my values. Great, I like this product. Some people are indifferent to it, and other people go, you know what, you're fucking full of shit. It's all fine. But one thing that nobody could argue with is the success that Apple has had for the last 20 years, and that's what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about this being one of the big reasons why Apple has been so effective in the last 20 years. Look, if you'd like to learn more about this whole starting with why thing, I do recommend that you read Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why, obviously. It's a great book. I'll put some links in the description below. You can even get a free trial with Audible and listen to the book for free. I think Simon actually narrates it himself, and he's a brilliant orator as well. So that's a really, really good place to start to learn more about this, because it's very, very valuable to understand the power of starting with why. If you loved this video, make sure you give us a cheeky thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, because there's going to be lots of other stuff in the channel that you're going to love as well. If you hated this video, get down in the comments, call me a dickhead, and I'll call you an arsehole. Don't forget to start with why, but for now it's going to be Uru from Rick.